Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 15 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery. The plan for today, I completed a quest apparently. Basic mechanism, what'd I do? Oh, you, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Choice reward, cables, pipes, I'll just go with more of the ones I made just now. Have I not done a basic control circuit? There we go, quest complete. Looks like things... we're done. Energized smelter, any machine upgrade, and a tier upgrade. Bing, bang, boom. Mechanism. That completes that. Energized smelter, where are you at? Did that not count? You might need the actual energized smelter. Well, I want the quests to be completed, right? Shouldn't be too big of a problem for us. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. Look at that. Ooh, we even get some fancy upgrades. For free. Today's episode, I want to focus on refactoring a bit of this, because we can do away with half of it, and we can improve other parts of it, and we can, you know, just make it all around better. And then once it is all around better, I think it would be smart to start getting this guy up and running. So my plan for today is to really make this whole setup better. Does that sound cool? So, first things first, I made some advanced universal cables with the express intent of doing away with these things. So goodbye, friends. We don't need you no more. Sorry, you were friendly and awesome, and trust me, I liked you. You were cool. You did a good job, but I just don't need you no more. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. Put all this gravel away and put all this stuff away. We can get rid of these things, and they can also go away. Look at all the sulfur we got. That's pretty cool. We got a whole bunch of good stuff that we can get rid of. See? Don't need things no more. I wonder if I can pick up these. So we can put this stuff away, right? Because we don't really need to worry about that anymore. We can put this away. Can I do this and that? And then you're... Oh, sweet. That's pretty cool. And then you're going to keep doing your thing. All I have to do is auto input from you, and now you'll start pulling it in, right? Perfect. Perfect. And then I can do the same thing here and set you to auto input. Okay. And notice how everything's really low on power. That's, oh, item export has been cleared. What were you? Iron ore. There we go. And then you can also be an auto input, which should start pulling automatically. Perfect. Yeah, I hear you, chickens. I hear you. I hear you, chickens. Sounds of silence. How's this doing? Been a while since I checked. Oh, look at all the eggs we have. Nice. Alright, now you guys can all, like, be done with, right? So in theory, I shouldn't really need much of you. You can go away. And what I want to do is replace all this stuff with power, right? So we have a lot of machines that we need to sync up with power. What I'll probably start doing is something like this. Then I can vein mine... I don't want to vein mine you. You look like you're connecting to stuff I don't want you to connect to. That's better. Then I can vein mine you, and then the only thing we have to worry about is getting you guys stored away, and then we'll throw our universal cable down. Cool. And I probably don't need this anymore. I love cleanup day. Everything becomes so much more compact and cool. Better, right? Look how much better that is. And then you can come across here. And my suspicion is I will probably just want to do this. Okay? Now, for you guys, let's just separate you out. Okay? And then you guys... Look at that. Nice and neat. At least relatively neat. Cool. And then we just need a flux point. And now we don't have to worry about anything else, right? No power, no nothing, right? Just bing, bang, boom. And now everybody should be back up and running in a much more awesome way. You guys are all happily running again. Yep, so you're getting all the power you need. And we could augment these things to speed them up if we so choose. One thing I very much want to do is convert this process, which is still very slow, into steel from mechanism. Because I think that will make my life... A, we won't have to worry about any of this mess anymore. And B, we will be way more efficient in terms of speed, which I think would be cool. That said, we're probably going to want to add coal to our processing over here, because we're kind of low on coal. So let's add one of these setups for coal. You can see I added one for silver and for lapis. Okay, so I'm going to grab another pulverizer. Maybe now's a good time to... Oh, you are going to be very slow, aren't you? Probably. I feel like if I stopped at this point, it would take longer overall. Okay, you guys go away. Sweet. Pulverizer done? Thank you. Okay, and then you're going to do this, this, and this. EMC link. Boom. You're going to do coal. And then you should be making coal for me. Nice. I did teach it how to make these augments, but for now I'm going to stick with the hardened, and that should be enough, right? Now we're already doing sulfur voiding on one of these guys. I think this has a chance to make sulfur. Right about that, pulverizer? Yes, he has a chance to make sulfur in the pulverizer. So we don't have to worry about sulfur or anything else. All we need to do is add you, link you up, set you to extract 8 items at a time, and you should be cool, right? Ahaha, now we got coal for days. Sweet. All right. With coal for days existing, right, I don't think I need to change anything here. I think this machine is running fast enough for now. At some point in the future, maybe we'll refactor this again. But I definitely want to make steel better, right? So how should we handle the steel? My thoughts are, there's 2 ways we could approach this. One, we could just export bus steel with a crafting card. And what that would do, because we already know how to make steel ingots, so we could just trash this whole thing and say export bus steel with a crafting card and we're done. But that would sort of tie this machine up in terms of, or this machine, technically, the enriched carbon guy. Or we could make a carbon enricher that's tied to something like this. I feel like export bus steel might be the good way to go. That could be cool. Let's start with that and see how much of a hassle it is, and then decide if we want a dedicated steel maker for this area, right? Because I think if we just set a crafting card on here, and a couple acceleration cards, which now I question if I ever taught this thing how to make. I think the answer is no. Yeah, that. And then do you know how to make these? You don't, but now you do. Okay. So acceleration card, crafting card. Oh, we're short on silicon. I thought I taught you silicon. Yeah, you know how to make silicon. What are you talking about? You're short on silicon. Oh, you need AE2 silicon. Where did you decide that you needed that at? Calculation processor recipe, maybe? What do you got in here? Where did I go wrong? And 1 silicon. Yep, that's why. I don't know how I did that wrong, but I did it wrong, apparently. I thought I programmed all you guys to use the other silicon. What do you got going on? Yep, that's the proper silicon. And that's the proper silicon. So I did those 2 right. Don't ask me how I did the other one wrong. There you go. So my theory is I can probably just, like, So let's do this, right? Redstone signal high required now. Okay. So you now need steel. Like, you're not making steel no more. How about on the back? You could also be an input. And that's where we'll stick our dude here. And we'll make you steel ingots from mechanism. With a crafting card and some acceleration cards. Okay. And I suspect we will probably at some point want lots of cables over here. So let's prep our P2P setup for this, because we know we're going to need it eventually, right? We'll grab a memory card for this setup. Okay. And you can come down here. And we'll see what's a convenient way to do this, but I'm suspecting that, like, maybe I'll just do this and this. And what I should be doing is tapping into this guy, but I'm going to make sure that we have some of these ready. Quartz fibers, let's go. Make sure they're here and here. Okay. And if I did this, we'd be cool, right? I just need you to have the P2P guy here. And there. And that would be good. And then load up the memory card. New device configuration created. Bring it online over here. And then boom. And now, in theory, we should have steel being created and dumped in here. Yes? No? Oh, yeah. No, look, it's working. Hey, sweet. That's neato. Right? How great is that? Now we can probably ditch all this mess. Right? We probably don't need any of this anymore. Okay? I don't need the nullifier. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. All of this can go away. And anything that can be EMC'd will be EMC'd. How great is that? And I'll throw my tar in there because maybe we'll want that tar at some point. I don't know. Gravel and sulfur, I can probably do the same thing that I've been doing, which is just dumping it. There you go for that. We've got many stacks of these nuggets that we're going to dump right in here, right? So now we have lots of nickel. Because remember, that's auto-converting into ingots for me. So that's cool. And I think nickel has a void anyway, so that's even better. And then you, and you. Perfect. Look how much cleaner that is. Holy cow, that is cool. Another thing I need to do to make this actually work better is to reconnect these conduits after I replace the dirt. Okay. Now, in fairness, we're kind of tying this machine up on a regular basis-ish, right? We're making lots of steel here. But I'm kind of okay with that, because that machine's fast enough that we can definitely keep up. I think that's fine. And eventually, don't forget, we will backstop this steel. Okay? And then that will no longer be a problem. So that should significantly increase the speed at which this machine and this stuff is running. I don't think there's much else that we need to do here, though I could throw an augment in this machine to make him compress these down faster. But I think at this point, you know what I should do? Are these guys all connected to each other? They are. Okay, so let's move this guy. Okay. And then I'm going to take this card out of here. And we're gonna put him, I think here is a nice spot. Or how about here? Yes. You're going to be here. with a storage bus. Okay. And then what I want you to do, priority 10, but I want these guys times 64, these guys times 64, and these times 64. Okay, so what that should do is, because you're extracting on orange there, what are you doing? You're extracting on white for those? I can make that better. We're probably going to need to either unify these colors or not. So you're extracting on white and inserting on white. I'm probably going to have to add another filter card to this guy. That's what I'm going to have to do. Because he really does need to be on both colors. You know, there's probably a better way to do it. So filter card here. Mechanical essence. The red one, 64. And then I can remove this guy because we really don't need him anymore. And that's pretty cool. Right? So my bottleneck now is you. My bottleneck is aluminum ingot. I could speed that up a smidge. Now, if I asked for 10 of these, that is missing regular mechanical essence, and that is because I haven't hooked you guys up yet. And I'm going to partition storage based on what's in here, but we're also going to do you and you. And I want you to... I think that's fine. Okay, so now I can do this, and that works. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so now we're just going to keep regular mechanical essence in here, and that's a higher priority than this guy. So every time we make one, he's going to go in here. Watch. See? Until we hit 64 of them, at which point he will stop, and he will start making EMC again. Right? That was just finishing its backlog of old EMC. And I assume that you're cool at making things? And you seem like you should be cool. Maybe you're not. Oh, you know what? Blocking mode. I need you to be in... Do not push crafting ingredients. I think blocking mode, yes. There you are. And now you're going to get back to working properly. Nice. That's much better, right? How are you doing over here? You could probably be swapped out. So that you're making aluminum a lot faster now. And if I wanted to, I could probably even get a few of these. We're short on lead. So lead's tricky, because lead's a byproduct of silver, which we're already making over here. But I would suspect that at some point we're going to make this a better production line of resources. Like, I'm doing it the not great way right now. I'm doing it the cheap and easy way, but also the not efficient way. Once we get to the efficient way, there will no longer be byproducts, I assume. So how about I add... I'm going to add a lead here real quick so that we're ready for it, right? So that'll just be an induction smelter. We have an old one we can reuse. Okay. And you're just going to need to be not outputting, it's the back, like that. Okay. And then EMC links. Lead. So you should be knocking out lead now. You can speed that up a little bit. You can extract 8 items at a time. Cool. And your side effect is silver. Okay. That's fine. We'll let that happen, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah. I guess so. So I might want to remove my void upgrade from you. And then hopefully by the time I start running into a backstuffing lead problem and silver problem, my hope is that we will have made better choices in terms of how we produce resources, and maybe we won't have to. But I'm sure I will backstuff things and then kick myself because you know dire. Now you, sir, need to be high priority, right? So that you start actually stocking the red dudes for me. So that should be happening now. That's better. Okay. You're cool. I'm gonna make you as fast as I can so that I can get the red one actually... I want to try and balance this so that we actually have decent EMC rate production, and then we can move into the yellow ones. And that'll probably wind up being next episode, to be honest with you. Right? So now at this point, we're producing aluminum faster than we're gearing it, which is okay by me, in my opinion. And then we're just going to have to keep an eye on this stuff and see if it's, like, way too slow now. Which it, in fairness, may be. But we'll handle that. Cool. Okay. Right, so right now everything's paused because we're building up our backlog of red mechanical essences. Once that's done, it'll go back to making blues, which will build up a backlog of blue mechanical essences, and once that's done, we'll start making EMC again. Sweet. Okay. So I think at this point we need to just wait a few minutes and see how things work out. You know, my suspicion is I'm probably going to want to augment some of these machines a little bit more than they already are. You can see that, like, gears we're not making fast enough. These guys we look to be making fast enough, but we'll see. Maybe we'll need to augment this guy. I don't know yet. We'll find out. I just have to, like, wait a few minutes. This guy might need to be a tier 2 EMC, to be fair. Sweet, that worked. And then that's aluminum, right? Bauxite. Bauxite is the name of the resource that you need to make for me. That'll make 2 at a time, 2 per second. So hopefully that's fast enough. We'll see. If we have a net gain happen here, like if that ever hits the number 6, we know we're good. It just hit the number 6, so we know we're good. We're generating these slightly, ever so slightly faster than we're consuming them, which is good, in my opinion. Right? That works for me. Sweet. That is cool, actually. And then you're running just fine. Yeah. If I needed to, I could laser IO this, but I don't think we are at the point where we need to worry about that just yet. Yeah, it's less than 4, so it would be sending more if it could. I think we are still not quite fast enough on you. But I think we're, like, pretty close to breaking even. I don't think I need this thing to constantly be running. But it would be nice if it could. Can I make 10 of you yet? I can. We have enough lead now. Look at that. Might be cool. Why are you backstuffing? You shouldn't be bouncing back. Neat. Yeah, laser IO might be the better choice, but we'll see. But for now, you can see we're about to hit that stack of reds, which will, as soon as that's done, go back to making a sufficient amount of stuff, right? So as soon as this hits 64, now all our reds will go in here, and they'll start making blues again. And then this thing will hit 64, and then once it does, the blues will go in here and start making EMC again. That's not too shabby. We like? I like it. I think it's really good. I'm very happy with it, as a matter of fact. And we're probably making mechanical essence now faster than we can process it in this mixer. Right? Now, in fairness, we could speed up the create mechanisms, which would make this faster. And we will probably get a point in the future where we're doing this, like, super hyper fast. Or at least I'd like to. But I think my priority for now should be doing this guy. That would be smarter. So, let me look at quests real quick. How are we with this stuff? So, short of these two, which I'm skipping for now, We're good. It might not be a bad idea to automate effigies. That should happen sooner than later. I think I can make one of you. Am I missing something to make one of you? Not really, because I haven't improved mechanical essence. So just for the crafting purposes, I will. And shortly, we will automate improved mechanical essences. That's probably, like I said, going to be the next task we work on. But I'm very pleased with how good today turned out, because we got like so much cool stuff done. Right? I would like you to move fast enough. That you can keep up with this. If you're keeping up with that, then I'm cool. Now, it's very possible one of these things is going to wind up being a bottleneck. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right? I don't know if bronze rod's going to be a problem, right? It sounds like maybe we want copper to happen a little bit better. Are you backstuffed on gold? What's it? Oh, I see what happened. I didn't have a key when I made this thing, did I? And we should probably throw a void upgrade on there. Yeah. Now you're locked. You guys should really all be locked in case we ever have any issues. You have a void upgrade. You could use one. Should really have all of you void upgrading for now. Are you guys void upgrading? You are now. Wow, you just have a lot of inventory, don't you? Yeah, I threw a diamond upgrade on there, didn't I? Whatever. Sweet. Alright, I think we are in really good shape. Yeah, we'll see if this becomes a bottleneck, but I think we'll have to wait a few minutes for everything. Like, basically, if I wait 20 minutes here and then start looking at the machines, I'll see, like, this is empty, and I'll know I need to increase my invar production. Okay, cool. So let's look at what our next tasks are then, right? Because EMC production should be drastically increased at this point, plus I will always have a certain amount of mechanical essences available to me, right? Don't forget, these are available because they're EMCable. Can I down convert them? No, I cannot. So these only exist because they're EMCable. I'm seeing them via the tablet, right? Because I have my EMC link in here. So don't forget that that's a thing. Sweet. So, and what priority did I make you? I'm just making sure 10,000, right? Yes. Good job, previous dyer. All right, now, quest-wise, I think our next tasks should be, so I did mechanism power gem, but, like, I guess you didn't recognize, oh, I have to check a box? Killing me, Smalls. So any one of those would be cool. I should be able to... This might be wasteful to do this, but I want him to... Hopefully you don't have a problem with me just doing that. No, good, you kept your gas burning thing. Cool. And then you are just fine. Sweet. Okay, and that quest completed me. And I'll probably make a solar panel at some point. And I made resonant, didn't I? There we go, quest completed that dude. But realistically, let's not forget, my goal before I move off of Chapter 3 is to automate improved mechanical essences, right? So I'm going to add that to my to-do list because realistically I need to automate this. We did not even come close. So our next steps are to automate. We have basic control circuits automated. That's not a problem. We can make those the same way we're making this with an export bus, right? Because I can do those all day long, right? Boom, boom, boom. Not a problem. And they'll, you know, we're making them very quickly. That we will just export bus. But what we need to do is these guys in a proper automation sequence, right? So what I'll wind up having to do is automate the production of Blitz powder is going to pulverize from Blitz cube, which is sawmilled, which is resonant ender. Right. So we need to automate gunpowder. Coal we're going to already have, so I'm not worried about that. But we're going to need to automate you. What did I miss? You? Yes. Okay. And then, in order to get these guys, we're going to need to automate you, and you, which need to be made with effigies. right? So we need to automate all 4 effigies, which means automating this easy, right? I can just craft that with AE2 and we're done. So I will call this mostly done. Calcite, how did I get that again? Smooth stone and bone meal. So EMCable and EMCable, but both need some form of processing. Not a huge deal. This I can just AE2 crafting recipe and export bus with a crafting card. This one will obviously have to smelt from stone, but we can automate that easily enough. So this guy will be easy to do. These guys we will need to do machines for. And I guess we should make a decision on whether we want to go thermal or create for each of them, realistically. I mean, in fairness, we should probably do thermal because every single one of these needs to be made. Like, you can't make energized glowstone with create. You can make it with thermal. So it'd be kind of silly to do thermal then create. I think we should just do magma crucible to fluid filler and call it a day, right? And then I guess we should decide if we want to kill them with this kind of automation, because we have iron spikes. I should look into what the other spikes are and see if any of them can be enchanted with looting. Because if we can get things set up with looting, then this would be the way to go. If we can't, then we'll sawmill it, because I suspect that sawmill can't be augmented with any kind of looting capability. So this would be less efficient unless we did something with looting, which I'll have to figure out if I can do. So for now, let's wrap up. Dial20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and start working on effigy automation. Once we have that covered, then we can move into stuff like Chapter 4, right? But I really want to finish... This packet's automation-based, right? So I would like to finish the automation of everything we need in this chapter before we move on to the next. Like, yeah, I snuck out some items, but, like, before we really move into Chapter 4, I want to finish Chapter 3 fully, and that means automating improved mechanical essences and generating EMC from them. So like I said, wrapping up point. Dial20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.